Do you see me now, Spider-Man? Welcome to November's Skull Sunday, and this month was purely dedicated to one of Spidey's coolest yet underutilized villains, Electro, hence why we're here in LEGO Marvel Superheroes, terrorizing the populace. The thought process behind giving Max his own month was that I already had the Spider-Verse video made months ago, and the words Electro and November blended together really nicely. We had the supervillain showcase, they're always fun. The Marvel verses that are always cool as hell. That plague thing didn't half make me laugh, what a moron, dude. Electro Across the Spider-Verse, where we covered mostly adaptions because Electro has the wildest changes made to him whenever he's brought out of the comics. I think Spectacular had the most straight adaptation of Max, and that's just because he wasn't a super Nazi or a school shooter. And then, dude, we got more Daredevil. The Emissaries of Evil was definitely just copying the Sinister Six, but instead of based Mysterio and Sandman, we got the Matador and Leapfrog. That one was a pain in my ass, because I wanted to go the entire year of 2025 only doing episodes longer than 20 minutes, and that one annual barely scraped it by. That's why there's so much dramatic reading. We did also have a member request by the main man Moo Moo Buckaroo, where we looked at the Cavalier, a Batman villain with a gentleman streak deep within. He was fun as well. He tried to steal a whale right under the Batman's nose. The next video to come out will be another request by Moo Moo. This one's all about Diamondback, the second sexiest snake girl in Marvel after Viper. Ooh. Music time, mate. As it was Max's month, let's do an Electro song. Let's have that theme from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie where he fights Spidey at the power plant. I think it's called Still Crazy, and it's the coolest bit of music in the whole film. I mean, it wasn't the best movie, obviously, but I do like the action and the swinging scenes. The Garfield web slinging was fantastic. I still think they should have just retconned the Amazing movies into the MCU and used Andrew Garfield rather than introducing another cinematic Spider-Man. Now we've got this weird half-complete trilogy. All that setup at the end of TASM 2 just goes nowhere, and they were teasing everything, dude. I would have really liked to have seen what come from that universe. But it actually got a bit worse, because even though 2 ends with Peter hopeful again after Gwen dies, No Way Home turns around and goes, nah, he just started beating the shit out of bad guys and went edgy anyway. What I'm saying is, I would have rather they continue the Garfield movies over rebooting for the MCU. Outside of Vulture, all the MCU Spidey villains are crap. Why is it that Sony seems to absolutely bottle it whenever one movie doesn't hit expectations? Spider-Man 1 and 2 went brilliantly, 3 went a bit off the rails, and suddenly they reboot rather than just carry on, mate. Stick to it, Jesus. It's like the abandoned ship at the first sign of trouble. TASM 2 was a mess, which I think again it was from their creative messing around, just like with Spider-Man 3. If they'd let Sam Raimi just do a Sandman story, we'd probably still be with the original Peter up to like Spider-Man 12, and it would probably still be pretty cool. But nah, mate. Thanks, Sony. I'll tell you what is cool though, I bought the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man collection and it is great. The art is hardcore. The story where Spidey and Ghost Rider fight Hobgoblin looks incredible. But my favourite part of it so far is the story where Wendigo terrorises that town in Canada. There's a creepy tension building in the first 2 issues where the town's going nuts with fear about this monster eating people. No one knows what the hell is going on. They think it's some Bigfoot Sasquatch, and until Spider-Man and Wolverine show up, it feels like a Stephen King novel. This video game here, LEGO Marvel Superheroes, is fun as hell, dude. I played the hell out of LEGO Batman and LEGO Star Wars when I was little, so I do need to get used to them having voices. I wish they'd make a solo LEGO Spider-Man, whether they follow other movies or different comic issues or what. But they normally prioritise 2-player, don't they? And Spidey's been a solo hero for most of his history. I suppose they could have one play as Spidey and one play as the villain, but then the dude playing as the villain get all the unique and new interactions while Spidey just slings his webs. I've had a look at the creator character to see who else we could make who's not in the roster, but I don't think I'm far enough in the game yet to unlock all the pieces. You must be able to make like Hobgoblin though, the Goblin Glider is in the game. I'll have a play around and see who we've got. Let's have another song. What have we got? I've just this week finished a video set for January about my favourite filthy mutant, Magneto. So let's have his theme from Marvel vs. Capcom. Sing along. Magneto's so boss. If I was a mutant, I'd defo join up with him, especially if Scarlet Witch was still on his side. Brotherhood of Mutants is such a cool name. I've not read loads when it comes to the X-Men. I've read Claremont's run up to the bit where the Morlocks get massacred by Mr. Sinister's men, but my focus went to the New Mutants instead, because that's around the time Magneto takes over the school. He's one of the few villains I wish would actually stay redeemed. He should learn Xavier's way was right and stick to it as an ally, especially when guys like Apocalypse turn up, a common enemy that makes Eric see what he could have become if he'd have carried on as a villain. But we all know what Marvel are like when it comes to villains reverting. I'm still fuming at what they did to the Sandman. Right, so, special announcement. Next month is another full month of Spider-Man, where we're giving the focus to one of his most famous and most terrifying villains. Just like this was Electro-Vember, I think I'm calling the next one the Symbiote, and we're covering that sinister slime itself, Venom. So in preparation for the final song, we're going to have Venom's theme from the PS1 masterpiece. One month left for 2025. Geez, we've smashed through that, haven't we? Anything cool coming out next year? I think that new Lego Batman comes out. That looks fun already. It looks like Lego Arkham. But before then, let's just see how December goes.